Welcome back. We got today the Ring of Fire, Fury versus Usyk. My prediction, what I think is going to happen here. So let's go ahead. Let's hop into this. I'm scared for this fight. I'm nervous. I'm horrified. I'm shaking right now just being here. This fight has got me shaking. Now let's go. Started off Tyson Fury, quote unquote. Ain't no man born from my mother can beat me. Gypsy King. He went in there. Biggest, a massive upset. One that told everyone what he was going to do and beat Klitschko. Outclassed him 12 rounds, won the belt, and then poof, it all went down. Mental troubles, weight gains, drugs, alcohol. Look at him on the left side, 400 pounds, retired, let go of the belts. He had everything. And a big quote that he says, I could wake up, everything could be fine, the sun could be out. Next day, I could kill myself. And that hits, knowing that he was going through that and he had won everything. I mean, he's getting paid millions to fight. Everyone knows his name. He's the champion of the world. And he couldn't get rid of the mental trouble. And then one day, greatest thing I've ever seen in my life, he walked into the ring after Wilder won. He looked at Wilder in the face and he said, I'm going to come back. I'm going to beat you for that belt. And no one thought he would. Nobody thought he would. He was a massive guy. And I don't think anyone believed that he would come back and win. The first fight was a great fight. I think Fury definitely won that fight. And I think a lot of people agree with me. Fury won that first fight. Except for those two knockdowns. And this second knockdown, Fury technically died. Fury died. Look at him in this position right here. He was death. His eyes were closed. And all of a sudden, it's like the Undertaker. He just came back to life. It was one of the greatest things I've ever seen. This guy was literally knocked out on the floor. And he came back to life. It was crazy. Look how small Wilder's calves are. I didn't really even notice that. No stuff on Wilder. Wilder would put me clean out on the floor, and I'd be dazed for years. So Wilder, no disrespect, but you have small calves. I'm sorry, I said it. Anyways, this was just one of those moments where it shows, And after this came a great trilogy, and in the end, Fury came out on top. And what is one of the greatest boxing matches ever seen in the third fight. Both of them knocked each other down numerous times, and Fury had to dig deep, and he found the win. In the last few rounds, it looked like Wilder had no legs. Like he was just wobbling around every few seconds. So that was an incredible fight. And Fury really put himself up there. And it also led to the White fight. And I think a lot of people agree with me too. This is when he should have fought Usyk. This was when he was in his peak. His second Wilder fight and this fight were like his two best areas where he was really that guy. Because a lot of times with Fury, he could come in good weight, ready to go, and other times he's just really big. Like the third fight against Wilder, he was really big, and you could tell his legs was holding a lot of weight. That's why he was falling down a lot, taking that knockdown. And, when you wait a long time to take certain fights, there could be missteps that turn yourself, such as the Francis Ngannou fight. What was it supposed to be a fun little fight to get views. Baddest man on the planet. Fury was easily supposed to win. Ngannou was the old UFC heavyweight champion, and Tyson Fury was the boxing champion. And they went into this fight, but everyone Fury's gonna knock him out. This is gonna be an easy fight. It wasn't. Francis caught Fury and knocked him down. And what you're gonna see a lot in these fights, Fury's gotten knocked down a lot. He's gone down a lot, but he always gets back up. And this fight was just embarrassing. It was embarrassing to see this. I thought for a few seconds they were going to give it to Francis. I thought for a few seconds, I thought they were. It was crazy for me to see that. And I was scared. And during this time, how confident Fury was, the undisputed title fight against Usyk was going to be the very next month. It's going to be in December. The fight was November. He was going to fight it for the undisputed title in December. But that didn't happen. He had got a cut in his eye, I believe, and he wasn't able to fight. And they pushed the fight back to January. And what happened again? Another cut. And this fight got pushed all the way back to May. A fight that should have happened years ago, where many people were saying that he was ducking Usyk, that he's been ducking Usyk. That's what everyone's been saying. But we'll get back to that in a little bit. To the other corner, the gold medalist himself, Usyk. This guy's crazy. The rabbit, as called by Fury, a little rabbit. Gold medalist, a lot of people can't say they've done that. It's one of the hardest things to do is to win a gold medal. Cruiserweight undisputed champion. A lot of people didn't know that. Usyk easily won the undisputed championship in a 12-round bout. Cruiserweight champion, you know what that means, right? He has the footwork, he has the hands, he has the technicality of a smaller guy. And we all know the smaller weighted guys, they're really advanced in technology because they don't have the power that the heavyweights have. So they make up for it with the skill. That means Usyk is the best of both worlds. And that could be very hard to fight against, especially a smaller guy like this. Let's keep going to the next one. He came up to heavyweight, fought Chisora, easy win, and they granted him the title fight against AJ, who at the time had just come back, got in his titles against Ruiz, one of the biggest upsets of all time. AJ finally got back on his feet. Everyone was like, oh, AJ's going to do this, AJ's going to do that. He's back. Takes 2 losses to Usyk, and Usyk manhandled AJ. He showed that there's levels to this, and Usyk's on a whole different level than AJ at the time. AJ's he's coming up real good right now, so we'll see. And then the Dublín fight. What a lot of people said should have been a knockout. If you look right here, the big thing here you got to understand. Yeah, you see it looks slow. That ain't no low blow. That's a body shot. Usyk wears his shorts above his belly button. So if you look at that, that's just about here, right on the side of the belly button. That should have been a knockout because he was down for way more than 10 seconds. But they gave him the low body. They gave him a low blow. They saved his title. They saved this fight. I feel like a lot of things went into save this fight. But that was a moment for Usyk that a lot of people kind of swept under the rug and they're not talking about. They're not talking about it. So we look at both of them. Fury versus Usyk. Who needs it more? Who needs to win this fight more? Who needs to be the first undisputed heavyweight champion in over 20-ish years? Who deserves it more? 40-ish years when you think about it. Tyson Fury. Why does Tyson Fury need to win this fight? Tyson Fury needs to win this fight to show everyone who he is, who he says he is. That he is the best heavyweight of all time. Because right now, everyone's saying you're ducking Usyk. You fought at Chisora. You fought Wilder 3 times who can't even box. He just has power. You fought Dillian White, who was a small guy who was getting pieced up. People were saying that Fury hasn't done nothing in the heavyweight division ever since he came back. He hasn't done nothing. They're saying that the one guy worth fighting, you made him do a 70-30 split. You pushed him away. You waited all these years to fight him. And this is his moment to solidify who he is, who he says he is. And I'm going to say right now, when Tyson Fury is right, he's right mentally, he's right physically, and he's ready to fight. He's the best heavyweight right now in boxing. But that's the biggest question is he here or is he not here? Because when he's not here, it's a train wreck, and it looks bad. It looks nasty. Against Francis, he wasn't there. He didn't train for it. He didn't care. Looked nasty. Looked bad. Third fight against Wilder. Didn't come in that good. Overweight. Looked nasty. Did not look good at all. So it's just the question of what kind of Tyson Fury are we getting Saturday? That's what this is all about. Usyk. What does Usyk have in this fight? He's 6'3". Look at that 6'9" Tyson Fury. That could be a hard fight. But the biggest thing about Tyson Fury is that he plays a mind game. Usyk doesn't emotionally attach himself to the words that Fury is saying, the way that Wilder did. Wilder let it all get to his head. He wanted to kill Fury. All he wanted to do was land those hard punches and knock out Fury. He wasn't thinking about anything. He was getting outboxed the whole time because all he wanted was to hurt Fury. You lose your game plan when you get mad, and Usyk's not falling for this. Usyk is a warrior. He doesn't care about the fame. He doesn't care about the money. Usyk wants to go in there and he wants to show he's the very best. He has one big advantage that people are not talking about. The hardest fight of Fury's career was against Cunning, who was the same size as Usyk, where Cunningham dropped Fury, cut him up real bad, and Fury was able to survive and win the fight. But if Usyk could take some of this and he could use it against him, can use Fury's tank against him. Sometimes he comes in out of shape. If he could use that against him and box him out and use his footwork, use his technicality, Usyk could find a way to win this fight. Because it's going to be a lot closer than people think. Now, who do I think is going to win this fight? Who do I think is going to be the next undisputed heavyweight champion of the world for the first time in 40-ish years? For the first time since Lewis fought Holyfield. Who do I think it's going to be? Drumroll, please. Tyson Fury. I love Tyson Fury. I love everything he's done. I loved the story coming back. I'm behind all of it. I love it. I love it all. I love the whole thing Fury has done. I'm so behind him on every single fight he does. But I'm going to say, either he comes ready to fight or he's getting whooped. And if he comes ready to fight, I think he's going to give it to Usyk. I think Usyk's going to bring his very best. But I think if we get the right Tyson Fury, he will prove he's the best heavyweight in the world. He's going to use his body weight. He's 6'9" against a 6'3" guy. He's going to have a whole lot of weight above him. I think he's going to use that weight wisely. He's going to use Usyk's body weight to maneuver around him, which he loves doing. He's going to work his combos. He's going to work his footwork. He's going to work those feints. And he's going to find his way through this fight, and he's going to be the undisputed champion. Because I sure hope he does. Because I think the fear behind Fury, and I think there is fear. I think the fear is so strong that it's making him work harder than ever, because I don't think he could comprehend what happens if he loses this fight. I don't think Fury could comprehend. I think he's scared. I think Fury is scared of losing this fight, because I don't think his mind is going to be able to work through it. I think it's going to break him apart if he loses this fight. And the fear of losing the fight is going to take him to a different level, I truly believe. And I think we're going to have a great performance by Tyson Fury. I think we're going to see a very good fight. This is going to be one of the best boxing fights we could possibly see. It's going to be this Saturday. And I think Fury's going to go in there. He's going to come in. He's going to be one of those Furies that we know was the best. A Deontay Wilder versus Fury 2 type of Fury. A Dillian White versus Fury type of Fury. A Klitschko versus Fury type of Fury. And he's going to win this fight. I hope he does. Thank you guys for my prediction. Tell me if you agree, you don't agree. Why do you think that way? I'd love to hear it. I'd love to have a chat about it. I'll talk to y'all after the fight. AKA, if Fury loses, I'm going to be in shambles. But hey, I'll be back either way. So y'all have a good one. I appreciate it.